Welcome back to Terror by the Bay. I'm David. Okay, this is going to be back to the Mar-a-Lago documents case. There were hearings on Friday and Monday. Special counsel's office was asking for a gag order because Trump was saying that the FBI, in their standard verbiage on their search warrant, which allows them to use deadly force, basically, if confronted by somebody who's bringing deadly force towards them, was equivalent to the FBI trying to assassinate him. So a special counsel wanted a gag order on Trump to basically not threaten the FBI or to stop saying stuff like that. And Judge Cannon was not buying into it. She was saying that, even though the statute the prosecutors were citing for the gag orders, or I should say, she was saying the statute the prosecutors were citing for the gag order requires finding. In other words, related to the potential risks. There still needs to be a factual connection between A and B. And the prosecutor said, well, ultimately results in all the things that he's saying will result in all types of terrible things. But she wasn't very convinced on that. I think this aligns with the previous reading I had. I think in that reading, I think I said she puts the gag order in. But, by the time she gets around to ruling on it, which is now or in a few days, it doesn't matter anymore. Trump's already fundraised off of it. He's not really talking about the FBI trying to assassinate him anymore. It's kind of water under the bridge. So, good job. You really staunched the damage there. She was dressing down one of the prosecutors, saying didn't like the prosecutor's tone, their lack of decorum, that they weren't being very professional. Maybe another prosecutor on that team should be presenting the motions if this prosecutor couldn't get their act together. That's kind of rich. Now, a judge should be treated with decorum and all that, but okay, I'm just going to note that and park that somewhere. And then the defense, and then we got Donald Trump was arguing that, or his attorneys were arguing that the special counsel was out, too independent, and they need to have congressional oversight. And she was asking about spending, as this card pops up. Judge Cannon was asking about spending of the special counsel. What the heck does that have to do with anything? This woman's all over the map. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick one on this one. What's up with Judge Cannon with the Mar-a-Lago documents case? How's she going to rule on the gag order? And I don't even know what to say. She's not going to overturn this. Well, maybe she will. She shouldn't be overturning the special counsel because it's decided case law. But, Roe v. Wade was decided case law too at one point in life, right? Okay, entertainment purposes only. Let's see what's happening with Judge Cannon. Let's just, in general, what's happening with Judge Cannon here? The star card. Okay, she's the star of the show. This is the Judge Cannon show starring Judge Eileen Cannon. Or Aileen Cannon, excuse me. Yeah, she's the star of the show, the star of the thing. This is her shining moment, her grand achievement. And she's going to reward those that she's pleased by, and she will pound those into submission who upset her. She's a difficult person to work with. Lovely. Usually judges are been on the bench for 30, 35 years before they get so salty and jaded that they get to this point. She's starting off right out the chute. In the past, you got the Nine of Swords. She's under a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety. She is so far out of her lane. She doesn't know what she's doing. But here's the thing. She's the star of the show, though. So the show must go on. And she's going to force this thing to go on. Current situation is the Eight of Cups. I think that revelation the other day that two judges asked her to walk away. That probably didn't sit really well with her. But I think she's feeling pressure to walk away from things. Now, it could be that as much as she wants to rule in Trump's favor, like to get rid of the special counsel, she may not be able to do it. There's only so much stick that she has. But if she had enough stick, she'd kick the special counsel off. Overarching energy is the Six of Cups. It's this naivety. This, I can do this. I can be a star. I can, be this great judge, and that'll pave my way for, appellate courts or Supreme Courts or whatever job comes next down her way. The lesson to be learned, she's being coached, she's being egged on, she's being encouraged. It's like she has a secret agenda that she's doing with this. Again, I do think she's being coached through all this. Outcome is the Page of Wands. Yep, she'll be making announcements about her plans coming forward. It's, she tries to rule with an iron fist, but she doesn't quite have the moxie to really pull this off. And it's because she's not. Her problem that she's got right now is she's out of her league, and she's not on the side of truth or the side of righteousness, if you will. She's listening to things that are crazy. And it doesn't matter how big a stick you have to try and force that through, or how big a star you think you are, there's only so much you can do with it. And if you make the wrong decision, that can be appealed, that's going to come back and really bite you. Okay, so that's kind of what's going on with her. She doesn't like being challenged. And she definitely thinks the prosecutors are adversarial to her, as well she should, because it was the prosecutors the last time that got her put in front of the appellate court, where she not only got her judgments overturned, but she got reamed a new one. And she's done everything she can to prevent another appeal going before the appellate court, which will ream her again. She knows it's coming. It's just aggravatingly slow. Okay, so with regards to the gag order, the devil card's just literally bing up. With regards to the gag order, give me the energy around the gag order ruling that she's going to do, or around the gag order. Again, she may not need to put, at this point, she may not need to put one in. Because to me, the damage is done. I don't think Trump's really talking about being assassinated anymore. I think that ship sailed. Gag orders. Trump, Cannon. Four of Wands. Well, that would be, you think that would be putting, or it could be setting him free. I say you think he'd be welcoming it, but you've got the, it's opening day, the institution of something. Again, this could be freedom from that. What's that crossed with? The Death card and the Four of Swords. How funny. Talk about the gag order. It's almost, that's okay, interesting. Okay, so Four of Wands is, opening day. It's the wedding card. Welcoming people in or kicking them out. And then the Death card is bringing things to a conclusion. And then underneath is the Four of Swords, which is the things going dormant or quiet. The thing I was saying that was humoring me was I think I was listening to a Dave Johnson from Moonride reading today, and he was talking about Trump saying something to Judge Merchan just before Judge Merchan gives a sentence, and it gives Merchan a black eye is what he was seeing. So this could have related to that. But if we're going to focus on the Mar-a-Lago case, I think what it is that by the time we've heard the arguments on this, the issue's already dead, and Trump's gone silent on it. So I don't think she's going to issue a gag order on it because, again, as I was saying leading into this, the issue's already done and dusted. The damage is done, and Trump's not talking about it anymore. He's fundraised off of it, and he's moved on to different things. That doesn't mean he won't bring it up every once in a while. He will, because if he's ad-libbing his grievances. But for the most part, the shock and awe is already done with it. In the past, you got the Knight of Wands. This is the damage being done. saying the things about the FBI, and then the FBI having to buckle down and wait for the wave that was going to happen as a response to Trump's words. Current card came up again. Current situation is the Six of Cups. I think Judge Cannon's going to give him a gift of no gag order, and she's just going to use that argument. No, there's nothing that the prosecution has shown that links A to B that shows Trump's words have caused harm to the FBI. And he's also argued that just because I say something and somebody else does it, that somebody else is the person who's the problem, not me. Again, fire in a crowded movie house. Overarching energy is the Moon card. That's interesting. Okay, so that does make sense. The thing is, Trump's making that argument, hey, look, just because I say something, I can't control what people do. I didn't tell them, and this was Trump's defense argument, he didn't tell people to go harm the FBI. He just said the FBI could assassinate him, or would assassinate him, or something along those lines. So they're looking for that nebulous area where the judge can naively say, that's true, he didn't say that he wanted his followers to hurt people, that type of thing. You can easily read between the lines, though, to see what he meant, because, again, he talks like a mob boss, as other people have described. I've never met a mob boss. I don't know how they talk. I've watched The Godfather, if that helps. The lesson to be learned is the Strength card. I think in this case, it's funny because it looks like she's trying to gag this lion by pushing its mouth shut. I suspect she'll put out some ruling saying that she is not instituting a gag order now, but if Trump were to continue stating that the FBI, basically, she'll dismiss the gag order without prejudice. That if Trump continues to trash the FBI and say they're trying to assassinate him, she might reevaluate it at another time. So she's just going to give him another chance so that he can say it every once in a while. But just don't do it 10 times a day every day for the next 100 days. That type of thing. Save it for your rallies. The outcome is the Four of Cups. The prosecution does not like this. The FBI does not like this. Trump doesn't even like it because he's being restricted. He doesn't appreciate the fact, if this was Trump, he doesn't appreciate the fact that she's bailed his butt out. He just feels that she should rule in his favor. And I'm not saying it anymore anyway, so why are we even here? I shouldn't even have to be here, type thing. But I think this is more, nobody's satisfied with how she handles this. Because it doesn't stop the behavior. It doesn't stop the endangerment. And that's the problem. Okay. Now, what is she going to do? What's the energy around the special counsel decision? Oh, somebody asked. Okay. Exciting. You guys want to see me badly shuffle cards? Here I am badly shuffling cards. Look. See the card on the bottom? I'm going to move it so it's not the card on the bottom anymore. I had already done that, but I never... The shadow card I always cut before I start with a new deck, or certainly with a new shuffle, because I don't want it. It's easy to keep the bottom card on the bottom of the deck, and then after I've shuffled a few times, I do an overhand shuffle, which will also take the bottom card and get it off the bottom of the deck. Okay, are we all excited by that? I hope so. So, my brother gives me a hard time when we do our readings. Like, don't shuffle those cards. It's like, enough people give me a hard time about, I'd like to see him shuffle. It's like, I shuffle the cards. Not many people question it. I'm not clever enough to get these cards loaded up here. Yeah, pre-made out. And there's bad overhand shuffling going on right now. You can kind of see a little bit if I come up like this. But honest to God, the way my desk is only like 2 feet deep. I can't push this thing back enough. And again, I'm a klutz. So doing overhand shuffles like this is going to end up with cards going all over the place. I don't always need the cat to help me. Have a mess here. All right. You know what? I've talked so much about shuffling that I probably don't even have the question at hand. What's going to be let's look at the energy around Judge Cannon and the special counsel. Is she going to rule that the special counsel's illegally brought on and she's going to disband them? Here we go. Just crazy enough to do it. Now here's a problem. There's so much case history here that she would have to be completely delusional to go at it. The fact that she heard the case is delusional. It's just another delaying tactic. Six of Swords. That's right. Midas Touch was saying one of the reasons that she was asking about the money that the special counsel has is it gives right-wing media the chance to say, look at all these millions they've wasted on this witch hunt for Donald Trump. Seven of Cups is about integrity or illusions and delusions. This is about moving out of troubled waters to calmer shores. And then we got the King of Pentacles. Kind of wealth and power underneath it. I don't really think she's going to send the special counsel packing. I think this was, again, this allows Trump to air his grievances. The news media, especially right-wing news media, can pick it up and then package it for their audience to just continue to hate Jack Smith, because when Jack Smith starts actually revealing what Donald Trump has done, the right-wing audience has already been programmed to hate Jack Smith and not trust anything he says. Therefore, they won't believe any of the evidence that comes out on January 6th. Okay, in the past we got the Three of Cups. What's the celebration for? This is asking the energy around her trying to dismiss it. Again, to me, it's case law. This court case has been upheld, like these cups, so many times that nobody questions it because it's decided case law. Again, like Roe v. Wade. It's been decided by courts, high and low, all over the land. To even bring this up was a waste of... they talk about the special counsel wasting money. Judge Cannon's the one wasting money here. Overarching energy is the Sun card. Truth is exposed. Speaking of money, a lesson to be learned. Yeah, this is just being done to give the media the expose of all the money that's being spent on trying to prosecute Trump. Yep, and they'll just spin it into a delusion. She's not kicking him off in that advertising. She's not kicking him off. That's not happening. Jack Smith is going nowhere. Now, let's take a look at this real quick. Let's say she does. Let's say she loses her complete mind and tells him you're packing. What will, kind of like right-wing media and Trumpers would all be celebrating. This would then get appealed. It would be brought before an appellate court. And lesson to be learned is Judge Cannon will have so overstepped her bounds that they will restrict her basically getting rid of her and bringing somebody else in. So there's no chance that she does this. And by no chance, I mean really there should be no chance. Now, on the offhand chance that she does do this, we could be the ones celebrating with the Three of Cups, because now she's totally gone overboard. And that's what that Six of Swords could represent, her going overboard, and will be sent packing. So if you really want some chaos, go ahead and root for her to say that Jack Smith in the special counsel is illegal and the case should be dismissed. Root for that. And then watch the flurry of activity that happens right after that. And watch her career spiral downward in flames. You get your popcorn out and enjoy every delicious, smoky, fiery spiral that you see going down. So, Judge Cannon, unlikely to put a gag order on Trump, might warn him to behave himself, and that if he continues doing stuff like that, then she might be convinced to revisit the gag order thing. As far as Jack Smith being removed, not if she's wise. It would be foolhardy for her to do it, but if she does it, that will be her Waterloo. That will be the beginning of the end, because the flurry of activity that would happen after that would make her head spin. And then her job won't be a judge in federal court. She'll be like, the person scanning you at the metal detector. That might be too good of a job. She might be the person who's cleaning the bathrooms at the court. No, that's too noble a job for her too. She'll probably be selling pencils in front. No, that's too useful a job. Oh, she'll become a right-wing legal pundit on Newsmax. Yeah, that's what's going to happen to her. Why should I trash people who sell pencils, clean bathrooms? By the way, my first job when I was 16 years old was cleaning bathrooms at the locker room of the local swimming pool. So not trashing on people who do janitorial work. If anything, power to the people. I've done the same thing. Not trashing on people who do metal detection or anything along those lines. Every one of those people's doing a purpose and serving a purpose. Judge Cannon, not so much. Anyways, we'll leave it here. Thank you very much for watching this channel and supporting it. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for your likes, shares, comments, everything you do to feed the YouTube algorithm so this video makes it out to a wider audience. Check out Tarot of the Seven Seas, my international channel, or Twin Tarot with Gary and David, my political tarot channel I do with my identical twin brother Gary. All right? Have a great night. I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.